Hello and welcome to another First to Four Blitz Charity Challenge. I never know which order to put those words in, but we're there. And we're with International Master Thomas Rendell tonight. Tom, how are you?
I'm really good, thank you, Phil. Yeah, looking forward to playing some chess tonight.
Yeah, we've had this on the books for a few weeks. We were going to do this 3 weeks ago, but Lee Chess chose to put their Black Lives Matter tournament smack bang in the middle of that day, and I thought that I would give that some room. But thank you, Tom, for delaying it a few weeks.
No problems.
So yeah, we're just going to play 7 games. As you can see, I am already 1-0 up because Tom has kindly and probably sensibly given me a 1 game advantage, a 1 game handicap. So if if Tom wins 4-3, then that will be considered a drawn match because that my score will be bumped up to 4. But if Tom gets 4.5 out of 7, then he wins outright. Tom, tell everybody who you are playing for on behalf of tonight.
I am playing for Macmillan Cancer Support
Good
tonight.
stuff. Right, I am, as always, playing for Cardiac Risk in the Young. Charity literally close to my heart. Right, I've just heard my in-laws grandfather clock strike 9, so let's get going. Why not? Who's gonna
All
get
right.
who's gonna get four who's gonna get 4 whites? Let's see. We'll find out. Ooh, it's gonna be you. Oh,
It's
what a
going to be
shame.
me. Fantastic stuff.
Okay.
All right. Well, given that I'm 1 game behind, feels like I should start off with my premier opening 1e4.
I think what we're going to do over the evening, Tom, is in the chat people can suggest openings for us to play, and I'm going to do my best certainly to play 7 different or 4 different blacks and 3 vaguely different whites at various
Yeah,
points. If you want to do the
I
same,
think
you're very welcome to, but
it
it
might
just
depend very much on how the games go. Um, this opening I score incredibly badly with an online blitz because I can never quite remember how to play it. Uh,
I've only
even
just yeah.
though even though I've run an engine through these positions, uh, I have no feel at all
Okay,
for this line.
I've only just started Bishop H5. I've played Bishop takes F3 for about 15 years, um, and I am not remotely au fait with the various interludes of this. Yeah, I did play a game against Chris in one of our Blitz album parties last week, and that he played this line, and
Yeah,
it didn't go necessarily so well for me.
yeah. So Bishop B4, I always get confused by. I know Bishop D6,
Because
and
then
then
there's just
here,
stuff. Yeah.
and then there's just stuff. Um, I'm supposed to take on C6 at some point. It's just I always get around about here, and there are notes somewhere on my computer.
I mean, if you really want to, you can abandon us for
Oh
whatever
wow.
stuff you've got piled away in your.
No, it's at this stage that I remember I just want to play moves, and that's it. Um, and get to some kind of position, and I wish I'd played something else. But all right, let's do this so I don't immediately collapse in the center.
Okay. Is it now that I play Bishop D6? I think this is it.
Um,
So you get these kind of lines, like in the Panov Botvinnik, where the bishop goes to B4 and then it retreats after you've put your bishop on a weird square. I think that's the
yeah.
idea. It
Well, I'm
might.
supposed I have to go F4 at some point, otherwise it's just embarrassing. I think. Like, I've done all of these H3 G4 moves, and then
And I'm going to blithely castle into it. probably very
But I think
silly.
it's probably just good.
Okay. What do I want next? Yes, we'll say this one.
Mm.
So have you played any of the sort of more official events that have happened? Because I played in the national club championships over the weekend, which was a
Um,
mixed bag.
Not really. I played in the blitz qualifiers for the UK online blitz championships,
Hmm.
and it and I did reasonably well in the first one. I think I came like sixth in the first qualifier. Was in quite a good shape to qualify, hopefully, through the sort of two events. But we had a pub quiz going on at the same time for the second one, and I just abandoned it on some terrible score. Actually, I mean, I lost the first round. I hung my queen,
Oh,
so I was just like, yeah. It somewhat depressed me actually, but so I've mostly been. There've been these really nice invitational blitz events uh, with your Simon Williams and your Keith Arkles and that kind of crowd,
yep.
which has been really nice.
Are you playing in some
Uh,
of Loz Cooper's stuff soon, or
I think some of that kind of thing. Yeah,
yeah?
I know Chris Duncan's got a thing, so I'm just going to fall apart in this game. I've definitely got to some position that I hate, but yeah. What about you? What have you been playing in?
Well, yeah, as I said, the national club championships was online over the weekend. I was playing for Muswell Hill in that, and there is an appeal, which I'm not allowed to talk about, but something has happened with regards to
Okay.
the integrity side of it.
Yeah.
It's a shame, but I guess fairly
No,
inevitable.
it's really hard to get away from these kind of things. Uh, um, yeah, I did notice you could play bishop takes f4 last move, which was kind of distracting
Oh,
me, but
ouch! Yes, never mind.
I've been trying really hard not to play losing moves and not entirely succeeding. Um, 2 second increment is
It's
plenty though,
it's
right?
decent, yeah.
Yeah. But no, I've been watching a lot more chess than I've been playing.
Okay.
I enjoyed Ding Loren's masterclass today.
I haven't seen anything. I've been teaching. What happened? Was he playing? He was
Uh,
playing.
he's
Who was he playing?
Nakamura
Oh, okay.
in the final of their mini matches, and he just dispatched him very cleanly. Um, 2.5-half with a particularly nice win against his King's Indian, because I mean we've all seen Hikaru get very bad King's Indians, but he normally wins them anyway. And this was just bad King's Indian, no counterplay, and splat.
Oh dear.
Uh, Rather like what you're somehow doing to your position.
Oh, whoops.
But,
That was careless.
uh, can't lose on time with an increment.
I saw it happen quite a lot over the weekend. Even with 15 seconds, people had as an increment 45 plus 15,
Yeah, but
which
normally
is
it's a sign that your position is beyond repair. Whereas I like my position more than I have done since the opening now. So I'd be very sad to lose on time.
I mean, I've not got an enormous amount of time left.
No, no. Uh, ooh, can go there.
Um,
I mean, great technique so far. commentary always kind of suffers a little bit.
It does,
when we get to
yeah.
this time.
This is why I think 3-2 is better than 5-0, because at least we're not getting completely mad scrambles.
Well, quite. Well, all the component endings are drawn, so maybe not this one exactly.
Can I just do this?
So forward is the only way.
King up for the ending. What here? Not sure. Not sure any of this is going to work actually. Suddenly appear to have less time than you, which is not exactly ideal, but I've cheapoed you anyway.
Oh, I was like, what on earth? I thought you were just
cheap.
continuing to play awful moves, but
pretty cheap. Very cheap.
Oh, there we go.
Very cheap. I apologise.
That's alright. I mean, I think I didn't deserve anything, but I mean, having said which,
what have I done?
Yeah.
Whoops.
I think it's just a draw. Oh, I didn't have pre-move or auto queen or whatever it is.
I think that's probably tougher than it looked, actually. Yeah. Never mind.
Okay, well.
We'll chip the hand in there.
Yeah.
Okay, that was a complete mess, but never mind.
I didn't know if we were going to do one of these. The top players traditionally just go to king versus king now, don't they?
Do they? Oh well. We're not the top players, Tom. I'm afraid. I'm certainly not. Right.
Well, I mean, because I assume we're allowed to offer draws before move 40 and that kind of
thing. Yeah, we're not going to have any of that stuff. Right. Okay. If you are just joining us, welcome to what is now game 2 of First to 4 Charity Challenge. You may suggest openings and other things for us to play. I'm going to do my best to play 3 different openings with white and 3 different openings with black. Hello to Benji in the chat. Thank you for joining us. You are watching the Chess Pit podcast Do Blitz with International Master Tom Rendell, who got away with one the last game because I completely underestimated his F-pawn.
That's never happened before.
That's about right.
But yeah, so have you been managing to do some opening work then during this lockdown period?
I have decided not to study chess at all because all I'm doing at the moment is teaching and doing this stuff, and doing any more chess on top of that would, I think, be not the best idea for my mental health. What I have been doing since the tennis courts reopened is really sharpening my serve. And I remember we played a little bit of tennis when we lived together in 2011 to 2013, and I think that was pretty much the first real time I'd ever played tennis properly with mates. And yeah, my serve is doing all right. Like I've got a bit of heat going now. I've watched some videos. I've been modelling myself on David Ferrer, who is
right.
Well, because he's the same height and build as me. Like that's the thing with tennis players; they're all like 6'6". So finding someone who's 5'9" and stocky is.
So what? He's big clay court specialist, right?
Yeah, but his serve is all about, because he has to get the power and the accuracy. He has to sort of do a little jump. I mean, I think most players do jump, but he has to really kind of build up from the hips, as it were. And yeah, I've just been watching some of his technique to see what's what, and see if it's possible for me to become a semi-reasonable server.
And so far it's going pretty well.
Yeah, it's going okay. It's going okay.
Yeah, so not only a tennis star, but you seem to be positionally outplaying me in game after game at the moment.
Well, I'm trying to I'm enjoying my knight versus bishop bits, aren't I? I think that's what's
Yeah,
happening mainly.
I've always been a bishop man. Um,
That's what happens when
very,
you play.
very
That's
strongly so.
really because you play the French, so surely that's one where the knights just
Uh,
get big.
I have a selection. My favourite French games are the ones where the light squared bishop gets its revenge
Oh, do
and
you play all the b6 stuff now, or
I mean I do occasionally. Um, hang on, let me put a piece on a half decent square. Um, I do play some of those B6 lines, but I like when you can sacrifice either an exchange or a pawn in order to improve the fate of that bishop.
okay?
But um, yeah, because I've always been a fan of offbeat French lines.
Not sure how much
I'm
this
going to
extra pawn.
assume I can take this
Yeah. Let's assume you can. If you can. Oh, hold on.
because you know
Let's.
I was hoping against a move like knight d6 I had more than one line and at least hopefully one of them works. But
Are we just getting another rook and pawn ending? Another
yeah,
double rook and pawn ending.
given how badly you played a couple of pawns up, I kind of fancy my chances for right? This is just my
Oh,
cunning plan
the
for this
smack
game.
talk is starting.
Yeah.
Okay, right. Let's actually try to win this one. Having said that,
I mean,
you. Hmm,
I mean, it might just be straight up winning for you, right? This possession.
if it's not, then something's wrong, I think.
Well, hang on.
Benji
This
has
is
requested
what.
Benji's requested a McCutcheon, and I must be honest, I'm not sure what McCutcheon is.
So it's a French. It's knight
Yeah.
c3, knight f6, bishop g5, bishop b4, which I've never played for either side.
Okay.
My intention was that if I put rook a2 here, I at least counted you couldn't win with b4.
But can I shove everything over here?
I mean, you're the one that has to do the bit of calculating here, so. Oh, I mean, no calculating at all. You're just going to
I'm just
play
going to
that.
chuck everything at you.
All right. Is there any value in me doing something? I think I've got to take this here and give a check.
Okay.
I'm going to go ahead and say that I think this is okay for me. Because your king is so bad.
Right. I'm sure you're correct.
Well, I mean, that's not a winning attempt. Should I be playing for the win here? I think I should.
Yeah, probably should.
That kind of adds a lot more pressure than I was hoping. Okay. No.
This is, I don't know, maybe there's some bits here. Maybe I've got some chances.
Something like this. I think it's probably going to end in a draw anyway, because now my king starts pretty badly. But
Maybe? Don't know. After... Ooh,
yeah,
this looks like I've got enough, just about.
yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Are we doing the bare kings?
I mean, it depends what move you play
Yeah,
here.
no, I'm not going to play rook f5. I'll give you that warning.
Okay, I thought you were going to go king f3.
Well, that does
But
just the
this,
same job.
I feel this is fine.
Hey. Okay. Right. Well.
So you maintain your lead. The score is now what, 2-1, correct?
Yeah, and I've just lost the correct. Which one is it? Whoops. Oh, is it? Just lost where we had the score. There. Right. 2-1. no, I've got no way of doing like a clickable. I don't know how to do that. Like some kind of clickable button on it. Right. Okay.
Okay.
Let's
All
go.
right.
Right.
Well, I'm going to get an
F4.
opening
Okay.
position that I understand for once.
So. Okay. Right. Benji has also requested a Benoni and a Sveshnikov, which I'm sure we can oblige. Maybe. I can't really do anything about that here. But if you can just play a Dutch tempo up, I guess I should engage with this.
Yeah, I mean, I can sort of play a Benoni. I did a Benoni in the charity stream, the COVID-19 thing,
Yep.
which actually worked out really well. I've almost looked at every opening at some point. So there's
you've seen all the openings. There are no more openings to conquer.
I mean, there's still every opening left to conquer. I've just seen them all.
Let's try something nuts.
Yeah. This reminds me of, I think, someone really strong played this setup against me as white. I'm trying to think who it was. Some very, very strong blitz player. It was Jorg Meyer, that's who it was.
Okay.
Played this setup against me in the Pro Chess League a couple of years ago, and it was very unpleasant. You sometimes have Dutches where things go wrong. But,
sometimes.
Yeah. But
sometimes.
Almost always, however bad it is, there's some counterplay somewhere, and that was a very rare, even against very strong players, it's unusual for me to get nothing at all. But okay. I think with your pawn all the way on b4, I'm going to try and play this positionally and just round you up.
Are you? Okay, good for you.
I said I'm going to try.
How is your dark squared bishop ever going to be doing anything? Or am I going to find out quick?
I mean,
I'm going to find out soon enough.
Yeah. I don't think it's worse than your dark squared bishop. I'm going to let you into that secret.
Well, I don't know. I mean, if I can get c5 and things might start to bubble.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's the advantage of the pawn on b4, I guess, that it does blunt your c3
you
ideas.
think it blunts my queenside ambitions? I'm not sure.
I don't know. We'll see.
I was eyeing up c3 or c4 in the last go, but I thought, yeah. See, if you had your terrible bishop on c8, you'd be threatening bishop a6 now, but.
Yeah, but your other knight could have been doing all sorts of parading its devilry in all sorts of ways, I'm sure.
There's only ever one good square for a knight. There are never two good squares.
Is that a thing?
That's a thing, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. That's why you get the superfluous knight. You've never heard of a superfluous bishop. It doesn't exist.
What about your one on d2? You'd rather that was a knight? Surely.
I mean, maybe, yeah, but this game is not staying closed forever.
Okay. Whatever you say, champ.
I'm slightly worried that I'm now playing to preserve the honour of the bishops rather than search for good moves. But
yeah, now you're contractually obliged to keep those bishops on the board.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't really understand this position either. But
okay. I suppose. Yeah, the problem I've got is that my knight doesn't really have any squares either. Having said that, okay, this is either. I mean, all moves are either good or bad. This one is very risky, but
I think you had to play it.
Yeah.
For what it's worth. But
it does. leave.
King H1 is my favourite blitz move, by the way. It's
a move that does everything and nothing at the same time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And gains me half a minute on the clock, so. I really did like this a minute ago.
How have you found streaming then? Because that's obviously something that a lot of us have only just started doing since lockdown, and I think it's been a fun addition to everything that's happening.
Normally I kind of stream when I have nothing else to do, and I've managed to keep myself busy enough that I've not really been doing that much, unfortunately. Or fortunately, whichever way around you look at it. God, that was a terrible move taking on. Okay, I'd now like that bishop to be a knight.
Yeah, I've had to basically just start it so that we get the schedule, because otherwise it wouldn't work, I don't think, for life reasons. Just having random streams at random times, I don't think that would make much sense for me. But having this kind of thing where I've just got it's like almost having like different programs. So we've got the First of All Blitz, we've got the Blitz album parties, and I've got my instructional stream with John on a Monday morning, and that's always been good fun. Just have a little bit of a schedule. Keeps it disciplined. Yeah, I did wonder about this, and now.
I mean, I'm not playing it necessarily because it's. Oh, really? I thought you were just. I didn't see. Oh.
Well, Bishop D5 just looked quite awkward.
Well, I thought you were going to play Bishop. Okay, yeah, sure.
Because now I'm hitting D4 twice at least.
Yeah, this is sort of true. So let's play it this way.
Okay. No idea if this is viable. We will soon find out, I'm sure.
I mean, it can't be completely viable, surely, but I'll settle for a pawn, I think.
Yeah, fair enough. Okay. Do I have anything? Oh, it's nice to threaten mate once at least. Is there anything here? Maybe not.
I mean, it's such bad technique.
What? Oh, this is just wild.
I mean, yeah, pawns are good.
Yeah. Is there any bits? No bits? He didn't pre-move. Okay. Well played. All right. We're
evening up the score.
Back level. That was a wild one. We've had 3 good games so far.
It is 3 good games. I've definitely been worse in all 3 games as well at some point.
I think this one was less clear cut than the other 2.
Yeah.
Okay. What did we say?
Even the second one wasn't so. So we said a Benoni, which I don't. Which is what? C5 and then E6.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
And then,
have you played a lot of 1D4, Phil?
A bit, but I've never played 2C4.
Okay.
So yeah, I know I know this. I've played a little bit of Benoni, some Bononi's black recently, but never as. Actually, I might have played once. Did I? I think I played the Benoni 2c4 once against Roberson actually in a blitz game. I have a bizarrely good record against Pete in blitz. I have no idea why. It's something like the last 5, in sort of Drunken Knights things and on here.
Okay.
I don't know what it is.
That's very odd because he's been doing really well in the titled blitz things on Sunday evenings.
Oh, I'm not saying he's not good at blitz. I just don't know what it is. I just seem to have his number for some weird reason.
He is incredibly strong early on and in the opening, but he definitely has a slight tendency to fall apart short of time. But you have to push him really hard. And if I get into really hand-to-hand fighting with him, then I normally feel I'm favoured. But he's more likely to crush me in a one-sided game.
Yeah, because I think beat him in the last ever Drunken Knights Spear and Blitz, and then I beat him 2-0 in the Crypt Blitz, and then I've beaten him a couple of times on here in some London Blitz events. It's just a weird one. There's absolutely no.
Yeah, there are absolutely players that styles match up more in your favour than other people.
Yeah.
I find it much easier to play against Simon Williams than against Danny Gormali.
Right.
I find it really, really tough against Danny.
Why is that?
Don't know. I'm always confused why he isn't just beating everyone else. Because he feels like he plays at the right speed against me, and every single move seems to ask some kind of question.
Right.
I feel that when I get into a flow, I'm really strong, but if it's continually broken up, then I look a bit clueless, and I just very often feel a bit clueless against Danny.
Okay. I'm not feeling so good now.
No, this is a game for the bishops.
Well, I still have 2 of them.
I mean, yeah, that's true, but I think there's a reason that people normally go A4 before B5 happens. But
yeah, that's true. Yeah, this isn't looking so rosy.
No, I think if there was no pawn on B5, this would be kind of a fairly typical looking Benko, right?
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
I'd go rook B8 and double rooks on the B file, target the B2 pawn.
I mean, this is just quite ugly, but I'm gonna do my best to cling on and claim that my pawns on D5 and E5 have long-term endgame potential. We will see what happens.
Yeah, I mean, the big thing in your favour is I don't really know what the plan is for black, but I kind of want to keep pieces on.
Yeah.
And I know I'm much better on the queen side, but normally I just play these positions until my opponent blunders. So, if you could hurry up, that would. I think my position's too good to play rook takes E3 here, but. It's just tempting because it equals a plan.
Okay.
Alright, let's go H5.
He's... You haven't done that then? Okay. Is there anything I can do? Okay, I've just got to do some stuff and get this rook back in the game, because otherwise it's just going to sit there forever.
Okay, let's say I take that pawn.
So it's all about the bishops, is it? My rook is still marooned.
About the bishops, yeah. Oh, this is where I normally get my queen trapped, but if I don't, I'm a big believer in the queen being a really irritating piece. And I do know what my next 2 moves are going to be if I have time.
Do you have time?
Enough pieces on that. feel like there must be some kind of a trap.
Well, all I'm doing is just trying to get play, to be honest with you.
Okay.
Just trying to get some play.
Yeah. You mean wait for me to go queen b3?
Well, something like that.
Okay. Sorry, I don't want to discredit.
If you're happy to oblige me, then it works. But
I don't know. I've been having this student who's really been coming along, but I've been trying to. I've told him he has to go away and just practice more like basic tactics, because he will find checks and tactics if he thinks for a minute, but it's not ingrained in his stuff as a chess player yet.
right.
It's not the first thing that he sees in every position, which I kind of imply it should be for most people out there.
Check all checks.
Yeah.
Ooh. I mean,
Yeah,
how many pawn islands do you want? Like,
I mean, this one I have an extra 2 pawns, so yeah,
but they might all fall off.
I could have just taken the pawn on d5. You're right. That, given that I had such a naturally good move, I should probably have played it. But
yeah.
I thought this would upset you.
Maybe. I mean, I'm just furious. Yeah.
Yeah. But okay, I also firmly believe that pawn on b2 supported by a fianchetto bishop should be. I'm a bit annoyed because I meant to play rook e1 first, but I was making a point and didn't.
What was the point you were making?
But it was an automatic instant win. But
well, no, the point you were making. I thought you said refusing to play it. You were making a point that you can just win in some other way.
No. I entirely meant to play rook e1 and then b2.
Okay.
But then, yeah.
This is good enough, though, isn't it? Probably.
I mean, it should be eventually, but
You hope so.
Yeah. When I played chess all the time, my technique was one of my strong points when I went a pawn up. And not playing serious chess anymore, it's the first thing that suffers.
Yep.
But okay, I think this is fine.
That will do it. Well done. Okay, Tom goes into a lead. We have played 4 games, 3 left. Can I get back into it? We will see.
I'm intending to.
Oh, wow, okay.
Switch up the. This is probably my most requested opening.
I'm just going back through the list of. Okay, I'm going to play a Sveshnikov Sicilian, whatever you do. So I'm just going to.
I consider this one of the best troll openings because there's a very sound positional basis in that I'm slowly controlling all of the dark squares. But at the same time, it feels still quite insulting.
Oh, it is. Yeah. Gwaine played 1A3 against me in a bullet game in his tournament, and I got a draw because he had to be called away for having no audio. So I'll claim it. I'll claim it though. I think it's karma. I think his audio cut out as karma for playing 1A3, essentially.
Yeah.
Okay, I've given up on the Sveshnikov idea, but I played all the first 5 moves at least, apart from c takes d4.
Yeah, I have played knight a3 h4 in a FIDE rated rapid game before.
Who is that against? Do they still talk to you?
I mean, very much so. It was a Mr. Liam Varnum.
Well, that's actually, it's illegal not to play joke openings against Mr. Liam Varnum, actually.
Well, the thing is that I think the previous time I'd played him in a rapid game, I played my main opening. I mean, admittedly I was black, but I got kind of crushed by him in this infamous Sharks 1v2 match, where Sharks' second team somehow beat the first team.
And therefore Barbican won it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that was just possibly this first year I joined Barbican, but I wasn't playing in that event.
Yeah.
Because I remember Jonathan Rogers being very gleeful about that.
Yeah, I can imagine he would be. Now, the setup you've gone for, I don't really think I've got what I wanted, but
I mean, if you're going to let me play these moves and not have any good pawn break at the end of it, then
yeah, I looked at a lot of pawn breaks on that last move, including knight g5, and a3 was just such a strong move; it had to be played instead.
well, at least you're playing it on move 10 rather than Gwaine who plays it on move. But actually, that's why knight a3 is such a bad move because it blocks in the pawn, right?
Yeah, this is very true.
Can't be blocking in that pawn. That's
Yeah.
it's too good a pawn opportunity to waste. What do I even want here? This is irksome.
I mean, you need your own pawn break at some point, right?
At some point it will happen, but I'm not going to tell you which.
Okay.
I've got lots of options. Drawing arrows on the screen now. Show all the pawn breaks I can do. I've included g5 because it is inferior.
Oh, yeah, okay. I forgot we could draw arrows during the game on
Yeah.
this site. I don't think you can on chess.com.
You can, because what I'm doing is I'm not doing it from the lead chess. I'm doing it as a screen grab, so you can.
Okay.
So you just sort of just drawn a line around the bit of the screen that I'm broadcasting.
Okay. So are there plenty of arrows pointing at my king eventually, I guess?
Well, all I've done at the moment is draw a big line from my queen to your king on e1. So if that was legal, then maybe. I don't know what I want to do here. What do I actually want? Let's try to not lose my rook.
I mean, I was going to say, finish development.
More arrows. Okay, right. I mean, oh, was that a?
I mean, castles is a pretty horrendous move here.
I was just trolling. That's a shame.
No, I'm just about ready with my.
Okay, we'll play this one.
My setup. Okay. I mean, at least it makes sense of my position as well.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Right, I've got to just keep coming at you now.
Yeah.
I'm drawing some mystery arrows for our fans at home.
No, I never really had any issue with people playing things like 1a3 or knight a3 or anything like that. It was the people that play f3, e3, b3, c3, b3, especially in 1 minute chess, that I just absolutely can't abide.
What about flagging with ridiculous piece coordinate? I had one the other week where someone flagged me with knight versus bishop. With a minute left in a 3.
In 1 minute chess, I will forgive almost everything.
Yeah, this was a 5-minute game.
Yeah.
We had, I think, he had 50 seconds, I had 20, and I just 50 move rule pre-move everything.
I think it's pretty ridiculous, especially for just a non-tournament game as well, where the stakes couldn't be lower. It's just, but whatever you've got to do, I suppose.
That one annoyed me. This one. This looks like a good move.
Okay. Well, an outpost.
Yeah, but I'm not worried about losing the exchange here, surely.
Okay. Yeah, for some reason I didn't think you were going to play that. But okay.
Okay, so I've got a nice knight at least.
I think I should take that.
It's the longest pawn chain in the world. Have you ever had a 6?
I don't believe so, no. Okay, I'm a little surprised that you've allowed this.
I don't know. It was okay. Where's your play coming from?
mean, I don't need play. I'm an extra. I've got a pawn out.
Yeah, are you?
Oh, I'm, yeah. Okay, I think if I played Queen H1, I genuinely was a bit confused
Okay.
as to why my position was so bad. But okay, I mean, even this, we're very much back into Dutch territory, I think.
Maybe, yeah. Not sure why I make any kind of progress.
Okay, I think I'm just into playing vaguely threatening moves territory.
Oh no. Ah. This is a shame. Because you've been the one under time pressure most of the match.
Yeah.
I don't know. This is probably not survivable for too much longer. Keep making moves, it would be nice, but
Tenacious defending.
well, something like that. Not completely lost yet.
I think it's coming.
It's coming. Wait, oh, I have to get that. Well done. Well done. That's an impressive finish to that game. Right.
Yeah.
Okay, Tom is 4-2 up. 2 games left. I need to win both to draw. I think either way, we're going to be donating to each of our charities. Tom is doing it for Macmillan's cancer support. I am playing for cardiac risk in the young. Right, what did we have as a suggestion? A McCutcheon.
Okay.
What you might need to tell me. Was it this?
So yeah, so it's knight c3, knight f6, bishop g5, and then I normally play bishop e7 here.
Okay.
I mean, I also normally play 3 knight c6 against knight c3, and then okay, so obviously e5.
And then
in this position, and h6.
Okay.
And now some kind of bishop retreat. You can take on f6, but it's generally not very good.
Okay, let's do this.
So yeah, so you play something like this, and I take on c3 and play knight e4.
Okay. Cool.
And it's a thing.
Let's go from here. I mean, I've heard of it, but yeah, it's just never really known what it was.
I'm trying to think who are the big guys that play this way. I
mean, Dreyev was a big French player for a long time. I know that.
Yeah, Dreyev and Bereyev as well.
All the AFs.
Yeah, exactly.
Fedoseyev.
I know Vacher Legrave would have had some games on the white side of this kind of thing.
Okay.
Always enjoyed the way Morozevich played the French, but it's a shame. It's definitely a shame that he's not really playing anymore.
Did he not play in something the other week?
Yeah, he played in. I mean, I saw him playing in some blitz events, but it's a while since we've seen him in anything top level, and his rating has really gone down.
Yeah, because he was world number 2 at 27.99 at one point. Like he was just disgusting and never really did anything seriously on the world stage, as in like candidate stuff or in like the World Cup. As far as I'm aware, didn't ever quite work for him.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't really remember him ever winning even a super top level event, although he must have done for a player of that quality.
He must have won like. I mean, is he not like multiple Russian champion? I mean, that's a serious event, I guess, but maybe not like a.
Wow, he's not in Peter Svedler's.
No. I mean, he's won it like what, 6 times? Something stupid.
At least 7. I think
Right.
7, but
Because Brozovic came into prominence in London, didn't he? He won the 1994 Lloyds Bank Masters, age 17, with 9.5 out of 10. It's absolutely ruined a high-class field.
yeah. No, he's a very special player. Okay, so I've got my good French bishop, as you can see here.
You do. You also have a good French knight.
Yeah. And now I just need a good French plan of some description, but I think I play this.
Right, so yeah, so this is what I arrowed. This is what I predicted, and I've got this move, I think. And then my follow-up is thin. Alright, can I just have this?
I mean, you definitely can, but it feels like the really classy thing to do is just to castle here.
It's one of my favourite games is when Tony Miles was a piece up, just castled out if in a position where it looked like his opponent could just take his queen, and there was no way he could. And castles which forces resigns is always a good one. I do enjoy those.
Yeah, I think when I was growing up, I had a big blind spot with castles. I would very often go on these incredibly unsound attacks, and then castles would happen, and I would be very upset. Kind of like overlooking bishop takes b6.
Yeah, I mean, for the third time, I've got 2 pawns up, but actually maybe in the second time. But
yeah, I mean, it's not 2 real pawns.
It's not though, is it? No, exactly.
I'm not really certain that black is worse here. But
I mean, my bishop's not great, but it's doing a job, I guess.
yeah, the worst thing is the reverse, where I've played castles queenside, expecting resignation before in a French, and my opponent turned around and said, "Ah, you played King F8 on move 5."
Oh
and,
no!
I know, and it was a rapid game during that short period of time where one illegal move's lost, and yeah, it
Ouch.
was a little bit upsetting.
I don't think I've ever had one of those.
Yeah. I just don't have a good move here. Okay. It's fine.
Is it? Okay.
I mean, I'll find some
nonsense.
Nonsense, yeah. Oh, okay.
Well, I've got a minute and a half to bugger this up now, so that's more the time than I had before.
Yeah, I don't like my lack of kingside.
It's going to be even more embarrassing when I don't win this.
Okay, well, let's create a threat and then keep quiet about it for once.
Okay. Do I just keep chucking this up the board?
I don't see why not. I think I need to take this pawn off for reasons.
Because of reasons.
Yeah. I mean, more so I can play e5 than anything else. Oh.
Oh,
I can't play e5.
And your flag.
I was just getting into that.
Yeah, never mind. Okay, right, 3-4. So, one more game. This is good. I think the 1 point handicap was about right.
Yeah. Do we have an opening for this final game? Or
do we have an opening?
Or should I just play something different?
Let's just play something. Whatever you fancy. Try to win.
I'll give 1d4 a go. I mean, absolutely, I'm trying to win. Let's go for this spectacularly exciting stuff.
Oh, let's go for a symmetrical. Shall I? Well, I'm not going to play bishop d6. I'm going to be a coward. And not take the symmetrical route.
having lost on time, I'm obviously going to be playing pretty quickly in this game. It's one of those automatic reactions every chess player has to overcompensate.
Does that work for other bits of your life? Where
Absolutely.
if you're late for like a school one time, you'll be an hour early the next week.
I don't think I'm ever late.
Well, there we go.
For,
Right, in that case, it's not something you need to. Well,
no.
are you ever early and then you feel the need to be late? Clearly not, because you're
I
never
am.
late.
No, I'm just. Yeah. It was a thing that I made a big deal out of. Like the two most important things of being a chess teacher is to try and be nice to people and to turn up on time, and then generally things don't fall apart too quickly.
Right. Talking of falling apart.
Yeah, I've gone for one of these really subtle things. Because I really don't like the actual collie, but these positions have a bit of venom to them.
Yeah, there's a bit of sting here. Okay.
Yeah. Knight e4 is normally the way to hold off these things. I think I'm supposed to already have a rook on d1, which is annoying.
Well, yeah, but I can't take on d2, so I think you seem to be fine.
That is. I mean, I'm obviously fine here. I'm trying to do something funky. But let's take this way.
Okay, right.
And I think if I already had a rook on d1, it would be very smelly for black. Tempo
Yeah,
wise.
that makes sense.
And here, I didn't think you could play that, if I'm honest. I'm slightly distressed that this isn't as clear as I was hoping.
I will take it. I drink your milkshake. Okay.
Yeah, I really wanted to play bishop takes e6 on the last go.
Yeah, I wasn't sure. I did, as our loyal viewers would have seen, I did have an arrow there and a bit of a shrug at our camera.
Yeah, it was just because when I took on c8, your bishop recaptures hitting my queen is the big issue. But this still feels like a thing.
This feels very similar to the game we had in December, actually, or whenever it was, October. November,
yeah,
where all of your pieces are suddenly looking at me, and I did not distinguish myself in that game.
No, I really have a thing for the Collie Zucator. It's just you can't get it automatically by playing 1d4. They can do all these. I really like facing knight f6, e6, d5. I think it's just quite an easy setup to play against. But,
okay. Oh, this is horrible.
Yeah, but the Collie Zucator I feel is a much underrated opening if you get to a certain thing.
Oh dear. Right, I'm not sure what to do here because I haven't got much. Let's at the very least stop you playing rook d7. But
yeah, I mean, I think you just kind of want to lose a pawn and move on somehow.
Yeah. But whether that's plausible or not is.
Well.
Yeah, probably not.
I have some ideas.
I can see some of them. This is just a filthy way to lose what's been a very good match.
Mm.
Oh dear.
No,
okay.
I feel for you.
I'm sure you don't, but that's okay.
Okay.
What's the prettiest way of winning? You've got to find the prettiest way of winning, otherwise it's not valid. There was a Kasparov did a simul against some England juniors, where he that looks like quite a pretty way of winning, where he had to, I don't know, he was just playing some kid, and there was like a commentator, I think it was probably either Malcolm Payne or Danny King, and Kasparov attempted to deliver checkmate with a knight on like h6, and he was reminded that a knight on the rim is dim, and he found an alternative way to mate.
Kasparov, of course, missed mate in one against me.
Did he? Was it at that event?
Yeah.
Was this the one?
This was in one of these online simul things
okay.
for the launch of Brain Games, that hugely successful enterprise.
I think this was it was against some England juniors. You may have been there, I'm not sure. I will resign. That is well done, Tom. Right, Tom wins 5-3. Well played, Tom.
Oh, thank you, Phil.
But that was fun.
Yeah, you definitely. The first half of the match, I felt that I could have lost almost every game. So.
Yeah, but that's what happens when you don't have the clinical ability to finish you off. Never mind. Right, okay, £7 will go to Macmillan Cancer Support. I will support that. So £14 to Macmillan Cancer Support, Tom's chosen charity. That means we have now raised £77 for various charities in this event. Right, I've got another one in a couple of weeks of these, but the next actual stream is tomorrow night at probably about 9:30 p.m. We record the podcast and then I do a Blitz album party, so please join me then. But all that remains for me to do is say thank you to Tom.
Thank you, Phil.
Thank you, you guys, for watching, and we'll see you again soon.